What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome back. Oh man. Thank you so much for tuning. End scene. That's what it's like to queue into a lobby with 3 shamans. Welcome back, everybody, to the video. Today we have some solo shuffle content here. I got my 2700 solo shuffle, and I was just gonna do a commentary on the game. And fun fact, it did have 3 shamans in it, and it was really annoying. So I'm gonna go over this game. I want to really emphasize working on kicks and positioning. Okay, this first round that I'm gonna show you guys. I played terrible, absolutely terrible. I come back and I switch, turn it around at the end, but this first game was really badly played, and you will see exactly why. But yeah, so this lobby, we have a Warrior, Enhance, Ellie, and Shadow Priest versus Resto Shaman. So it's just so many interrupts, so many hexes, so many groundings. It's not a good time, but we're going to deal with it, and I'm going to show you how. Alright, so right off the bat here, we get big down forced on us. We're going to instantly Giga Dome. Unfortunately, the Enhance can just throw him out of the dome. That's just an unfortunate situation, so I'm forced to use out that pain suppression. We get over some flash shields. We get kicked. Okay, shit's hitting the fan. If you're taking a lot of AoE damage, what's your first go-to? Rapture. Spam them shields. Okay, spamming Raptures back and forth, alternating them, trying to keep them up. Throw a Penance in there so that the next Rapture shield's bigger. I'm going to end up PIing. Okay, first mistake here. Mark, where are you standing? In the open. Okay, if you're not gonna be wary of the hex cast, you cannot be standing there. All I had to do was stand right here. Right? So just be careful of your positioning, because you're gonna see this is gonna happen a lot. So when people talk about, I get a lot of comments on like, I can't play offensive, I can't do this. A lot of times it may just be the positioning, because if you expose yourself to stuff like this, if you're getting hex like that, I force out my trinket, getting hexed again. These are both could have been death too, by the way. So it's not just positioning, it's just also awareness. But it's a tough thing. Look how much stuff is forced out because of these things. I lost my trinket, I lost my swap. A lot of bad stuff is happening, and then that is all just taking away from my offensive potential. If I am playing well in regards of these things, I don't have to heal as much. I could spend more time doing the damage. Okay, my guy starts taking more damage. We're gonna grip him out of there. Again, check this positioning out. Is this good positioning, guys? All together? No. Okay, I am way too close to the fight. I don't have a pillar nearby. This is good, not good. It was fine that I gripped him. Honestly, this was not a good grip. I should have gripped him over here, rotated over there. But yeah, see, look, I'm gonna get kicked. Try to throw shields in. Luckily my priest swaps him. Really terribly positioned game. Okay, throw another PS. Just gonna have to spam heal. Both shears are returning back up here. So I'm gonna try to do the best to do some damage in between. And to deal with these kicks, try to throw as many shadow school abilities out so that they maybe kick their shadow schools. Okay, their both shears are gone again, so I can just continue to cast. Gonna throw a schism in there. We get really close to killing this guy here. Throw a big shield in. Throw all these little flash shield procs. Okay, this shaman's pushing over here. I end up juking the kick. Watching out for his hexy. I think I learned from my mistakes. I realized that don't be an idiot and stand out there. So I started hugging the pillow a little bit more. Fortunately, it's probably a little too late at this point. But we're just gonna try to keep incorporating damage the best we can. Anytime we have an opening, especially if we get kicked. If we kicked on flash heal, again, get kicked again. Gonna just cast a shadow school. My guy's eventually gonna go down. This game definitely came down to the opener where I just blew every single cooldown. I'm gonna skip this round because I don't have time to do every single round. That round ended up ending with a double swap. So I swapped the priest and he swapped me back, and we just lost. But next round here, we have triple freaking shaman. Triple shaman, man. All right. So this is gonna be really crucial to worry about those groundings, kicks, and positioning for the hexes. Right off the bat, my warrior's gonna pop in there, trinket. We want to just get the offensive pressure going. Whenever you're finding yourself in a game where you just lose the healing, you gotta go harder, okay? So find whatever DPS is going in, PI his ass, and just run him down. Okay, at this point, we don't need to force super hard onto the shaman, right? As this, don't sacrifice your positioning just to kill the guy. Just to potentially kill the guy. They have so many cooldowns left. Odds are we're not killing this guy. I don't want to sacrifice my positioning by pushing in to hit this guy. I'm just gonna rock the shaman a little bit. Okay, we're gonna keep doing damage on him, just rotational. Throwing some deaths in there as well. Get my dots up. Okay, now at this point, the Shaman comes back a little closer. I can swap to him and help out. Again, positioning here. All I have to do, I should just be right here. I should just be right there, man. Because now it's really hard to track all these hexes. I think I'm gonna get hexed again here, yeah. Yep. So I use death offensively there because I was just using it for damage, and I get hexed. Okay. Another really bad move on my part. All I had to do was just fix my positioning there. So just be aware. You know, you can death things like that, but you could also just not be there in the first place. All right, we're keeping our dots up. This is not the best positioning, but at least I do have a pillar here in case I need one. Ideally, we want to always be playing in, like if I were to redo this game, I would say in every single lobby, play in the open so that I can sit on a pillar out of shear range. Because now I'm in range for potentially 3 shears, and it's just a nightmare to have to deal with. Unfortunately, it grounds all that damage. I'm going to take my opportunity to go for a fear here. Not that fears are super useful, they have triple grounding, but they actually don't ground this one, which is pretty freaking awesome. All right, spamming those heals, get a power of life off on them. Got a lucky crit on that too. All right, shielding up. Remember, shielding on cooldown. Throw penances, especially with that 4 set. Throw penances on cooldown as well, and then throw them after, and then throw the shields after. I'm getting really lucky on these flash shield procs. My goodness. Okay, schism, mind blast. Go for penance. Get kicked. So immediately, every time I'm getting kicked, just immediately casting the next school. Always be ready for it. Okay, hex. He's obviously trying to hex me. Just gonna keep lining it. Gonna push in for a fear once again. Rotate my positioning. Okay, and we end up winning with that fear actually, or maybe with that fear. I'll save this from that fear. But yeah, there we go with the dub on that one. So as you can see, the position got a little bit better, and I'm able to kind of play the game more. As your positioning and your awareness and your preventativeness of CC improves, you're going to be definitely giving yourself more opportunity to do damage in the first place, which will keep that momentum going and do all the fun things that this priest can do, and have all the success. So right off the bat here, we're gonna get triple dots up, and I'm gonna immediately PI. Like I said, we want to establish momentum first. We're gonna go big dick first. They force out grounding, and I know the priest is gonna CC me out of this. So I'm trying to back up a little bit so that I'm not in range for a fear. We get stunned into silence. Fortunately, so because of the pressure that we're putting on them, the priest can't really take his time to push into me. So luckily for us, so we're just gonna keep our dots up, and I'm just gonna hit whatever I can. So I just start hitting the shaman. Because the priest wasn't in line, just schisming and pumping the crap out of him. I actually may have killed the priest. I want the priest there. Okay, I didn't realize he got that low. Okay, keeping an eye on these hexes. Okay, so he starts hexing. What should I be doing? I don't have death either, so I need to book it to this pillar. Doesn't look like I'm going to though. All right, I got to push up to this pillar at least. That shaman should have went for another hex. Okay, the hex hit the hex. All right, they ended up hexing the shaman on that one. I can't do anything about that. But again, shielding on cooldown. We're gonna go for some shadow mind blasts, get out those expiations, and refresh your dots. Again, Mark, you fucking suck. This is just again not good awareness. I'm not gonna lie, it's hard to keep trying to deal with 2 people having to hex you, but you know, maybe I gotta fix my, put them on focus or something like that. But again, terrible job. It forces out my trinket. This guy pushes in for a fear. He's gonna end up churning me out. I get stunned. This all could have happened, or could have been prevented by just my positioning, not being in line of that hex. And I'm gonna end up cold tearing, punching him out of there, shielding him up, spamming those radiances. Okay, and then as you notice, every time I penance, I'm right next to a pillar. The second I click that penance, I am behind the pillar. Okay, we don't have to worry about the kicks as much. Flash heal. See, this was a case where I should have mind games first. Okay, if you know there's multiple kicks up, try to go for like a shadow school if you can. But I get kicked unholy. I do have my fallback of shift, voice shift, which is good. Spamming heals, penance, hide behind the pillar. Big shield him again. This guy's trying to spam hex me, so I'm just hugging this pillar and chilling around there. And we're able to get the snag in the W right there. But as the pressure gets crazy like that and the positioning, it's just so important. I can't stress it enough. Whenever depending on the fight, so in a matchup with like a mage against like a mage or a shaman that has hex, or a hunter, anything with heavy CC, the pillar is your friend. When there is no CC, you do not want to be on the pillar. Okay, that's the big difference. When like you're versing, like let's say there's a 1 range, 3 melee or something like that, you do not want to be on the pillar. You want to be fighting away and just kiting in like the freaking take the circumference of the damn arena the whole time. Whew. Excuse me. Okay, shields up here. We're gonna bust it real hard here. We're gonna Okay, I was trying to choose hit care. Man, I didn't get it. Shield. Okay, this was, I should have done a better job. Whenever you're versing a Shadow Priest and the Shadow Priest is not the target on the other enemy team, you got to make sure you're always running away from them. Okay, it's kind of similar with like mages, right? If we don't want a mage to DB sheet me, I want to always stay away from him. Because now he can sit on me, he can get a stun into silence, into fear, into hex. Okay, I end up triggering because they overlap fear and hex. I like have to sneeze, but it's not coming out. Okay, we're gonna try out Rapture here just so that we can recover. Big AoE heals. I'm gonna rotate Lucio. I kind of pull myself around this corner from one side to the other. I want to find a position that is out of LOS, but is also far away from the Shadow Priest, because he's the one that's going to CC me. Okay, getting our heals up here. Luckily, the Shadow Priest doesn't run towards me. He's running in there. Okay, we're gonna for mind games. We get kicked. Don't worry about it. Keep casting. You always have your Purge of the Wicked to cast if you need be. Yeah, it's really low. We force out the swap on him. At this point, Shadow Priest is really close to me. I should be rotating back to the other side. Let's see if I do it. I do not. I get feared. Okay, fortunately it breaks, because otherwise we would have lost there. I get PS. I try to go for a root. I don't know why that Shaman wasn't rooted there. Do you have like some sort of freedom or something? I don't even know. Okay, we get hexed yet again, because we are not on the pillar. Really close here. I get a powered life off, Desperate Prayer, shielding up, throwing those penances, flash shields, and then throw shields, and then I gotta try to throw in that damage whenever I can. Maybe throwing a death right there, beautiful, and we get the dub. So like, I don't want to throw you guys off by some of these like flashier games where I'm just fucking free casting the entire game. More often than not, these are what the games are gonna be. There's definitely games that are, this is on the lower end. I'm not gonna say this is the normal. This is probably not the normal because of the shamans, the amount of shamans. I was debating on running Dome just so we can live the opener. But we end up crushing this game, you'll see here. But at this point, just, I got a little better, but you really gotta be, the positioning is literally everything. Versus Shadow Priests, stay away from them. Versus Mages, stay away from them. Hunters, stay away from them. But try to find a pillar for yourself as well. All right. Okay, so at this point, we want to go hard right off the bat. I'm gonna PI the guy that's not getting targeted. Just mind games, just spamming all this damage. I get stunned. Luckily, I'm in a spot not close to the priest. He can't get that fear off. Okay, they're gonna end up doming him. I'm sorry, spearing him. I'm gonna PS it. I dispel the mind games. Honestly, did not even need to. Mind games, mind blast into death. Guy gets wombo combo down, and we get the 4-win victory on that one. So awesome there. So that was a nice little ending. Game has started definitely a little bit rough, but just big takeaways on that, guys. It's just the positioning matters so much. And just to recap, when you are playing these full melee games, you do not want to be on the pillar. You want to be kiting, constantly rotating with the fight. Okay, whoever's the kill target. If you're the kill target, it's a little bit shakier. If like let's say if you're the kill target and you have melee on your team, you may want to be on the pillar. But if you do have cast on your team, you still want to just be in the open and do the best that you can to kite and have your teammates peel for you. But if you are playing against like these CC comps, like whether it's a Hex, we're with Hex, Sphere, Trap, or Poly, always have a pillar nearby. Do not get caught drifting into the open. It happens all the time, even to myself. So it's something I still need to work on, but it's something that you guys could really benefit from. And it's just like that little bit will allow you to play offensive. That offensive play will take down games, and you'll be more victorious. So hope you guys got something out of this game, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.